everyone. Today we are going to talk about the state management in LWC, which has been made generally available in summer 26 release. So what is state management? To understand this, let's imagine a simple scenario where you are adding or discarding products from a cart, and there are other components which shows the pricing, the address, and the cart value. So whenever you add or remove products from the cart, you want the other components to be updated successfully, automatically. So this keeping track of the data and make sure every component is seeing the latest information is called state management. State is nothing but your current value or data in the application. It could be anything related to login user, all selected products, or opportunity records, or any form values. So managing this sharing data properly is called state management. Now let's see the architecture. So this is how the state manager is connected to the parent, unrelated child and child components, different child components. They all shared a common base which is called state manager. So whenever any of the component updates any data, this state manager is notified. And once the state manager is notified, this child component will get the updated data from the context of the state manager. So that's how all the components will be in sync without the use of any events or passing data through properly. Now, to do this, we have some primitives and some methods and some actions inside the state manager. So state manager is nothing but a JS file which you have to create, and you have to declare the primitives there and use that JS, import that JS in your components where you want the updated data. So inside the state manager JS, what we have to do is there are some primitives which are available, like atom. So atom is a single reactive piece of data. It could be anything which stores your data. It could be a string, number, array, object, anything. And any changes to this atom trigger updates in the components that use it. And the decomputation of the dependent directives is also based on that update. And how you can declare the state of the atom is like this. You have to declare a constant. Suppose this is a constant and count is the variable name. You are setting that count as atom as an array. So count will be an array. Now computed. So computed is the derived data from one or more atoms or other computed properties. So this automatically recalculates whenever any dependencies or any atoms used inside that computed value changes. So just like this constant double count is equal to computed, and we are passing count here, and we are saying that count value would be count value into 2. So this will be count into 2. Whenever the count changes, double count will be calculated and updated. And all the components using that double count will be updated as well. Now, action. What is an action? So these are anonymous functions which are defined by the state manager, that state manager JS, which we are talking about. It contains the logic to modify the state atom properties using the set atom primitive. So we also have a set atom primitive, and set atom is used to modify the atom properties which we discussed earlier. Actions can return any value of any type or no value at all. This is like a function. It can return values or can work without returning any value. Actions can be made synchronous or asynchronous. And we have to save the action in a constant property. Now, any actions which you have defined in your state manager needs to be returned. And returning the action makes it public in the state manager's return statement. If you don't return it, you won't be able to use it in the other components which are using that state manager. So set atoms is used to update an atom inside an action. So like this is a set count action. Inside this set count, we are passing this new value. So whenever this new value is changed, it will set the atom count value to the updated new value. Okay, so that's how whenever we are calling set count to update the count value, it will use the set atom method to update the count value, and hence the updated count will be reflected in all the connected application components. Now there are some different methods of state manager, and this methods defines the first one is the define state. This method defines the state manager implementation. So if we see here, what I have to do is this is a state manager JS. Inside the state manager JS, I'll have to first import this define state method from @LWC state, and inside after that I have to declare a constant, and which will be equal to the return value of defined state. Inside defined state, I'll pass three things. I'll pass the primitives atom, computed, and set atom. And I'll set the initial value as anything. Initial value is 0, 1, anything. Now inside this, I'll use the atom to declare the count. So this initial value will be set in the count. This is a reactive value which will be returned later on. Now I'll write the computed method, computed action here, the computed primitive that we talked about. This will double the count whenever the count changes. So this is called double count. And there is a function. Now this is an action. Inside this action, I'll set the atom count. I'll set the atom to say count value plus 1. So whenever I'll call this increment, this will set the count value to count value plus 1. Now this is another function, this is another action which is using the set atom method to set the number value of as per the new value. So all these things are inside the defined state, the set atom, computed, and this defined state will return all these things. So return, and this count is returned, double count is returned, increment and set count. Now after these are returned, I also have to export this counter manager which I have declared as a defined state. So here we'll have to write export default count manager. Now after the export, what we have to do is use this from context. So this will be used in all the other components which are going to fetch the current state from the state manager. So how you'll have to use it is, you'll have to import the from context from the LWC state, and you'll have to import the counter manager which we exported in the last LWC. We'll have to import that counter manager from the state manager component, state manager LWC JS. After exporting that, inside your main LWC function, you can write like class, you will write like this. You can set counter is equal to from context and counter manager. So this will give you the updated counter information. So that's how you can use the actions. Now let's see this in action. So this is my opportunity viewer. This is having a single component. This is having a single component, single LWC on the page. And inside that LWC, I have three options. Whenever I land on the page, I'll be shown, let me click on refresh. So whenever I land on the page, by default, this opportunity list will show me the closed opportunities. And this opportunity summary will show me the opportunity count and total amount of the opportunities, the addition of this. So how is this structured is, opportunity viewer is the parent component, the container component actually, and inside that I have two child components, opportunity list and opportunity summary. In the parent container component, I have two buttons, clicking on which this table will be updated, the summary page will be updated. So when I click on show open, this table got updated, the opportunities list, and as well as the opportunity count got updated, as well as the total amount of opportunities got updated. So initially, without the state management, how would have we have done it? How we would done? Without state management, how would we do it? We will create an opportunity container, and inside that we will pass the opportunity list to the child components to update it. Similarly here, we'll pass the values here to update it, right? Or we will use events of some kind. But now with the state manager, how this is structured is, let me show you. So this is the opportunity viewer HTML. Inside this opportunity viewer HTML, which is the container component, I have only this much of code. I have two buttons which says handle closed and handle open, and I have two child components, and inside that, as you can see, I'm not passing anything. Okay, and let me show you the child components as well. So this is the first child component which shows the table. So it just has a lightning data table which works on the data. And this is the summary which shows the value. So it shows the count and the value. So what I am doing here is I have created an opportunity state manager. So this opportunity state manager, as you can see, the HTML is empty. It only has code inside the JS. And what is the code here? First thing is doing is importing the defined state from LWC state. After that, I am exporting the default defined state by passing atom, computed, and set atom as we discussed. Inside this, I am setting an atom called opportunities, which is of type array. So array type of opportunities atom is set. Now I am setting a action which will set the new opportunities whenever the opportunities changes. So whenever I call this set opportunities, it will take in some parameter new opportunities, and it will set the atom value of opportunities to this new opportunities. Now what I'm doing here is I'm creating another action which will be a computed value, and it will take into account the opportunities. Then it will do an for loop to update the opportunity amount, the total amount, right? So this is how I am returning all these things. I'm doing all these things. So I'm returning three things from here. First is the atom opportunity, then I'm returning the action set opportunities, then I'm returning the computed method total amount. Now how I'm utilizing this, let's go to the opportunity viewer, which is the container. So whenever this container loads, what it does is it sets the current status as closed because our default current status is closed, and it also imports the state manager from my opportunity state manager. After importing the state manager, it defines the state manager as this opportunity state manager. After defining, it calls a wire function, and inside that wire function, I'm calling this apex class by passing the status type. So right now the current status is closed. I'm passing the closed status type in the get opportunities by status, and I'm wiring this opportunity with the data. So whenever data is there, I'm setting the, ignore this part, I'm setting the state manager's value of set opportunities with data. Set opportunities, remember, was a method which was an action inside the state manager which received an array and set the atom opportunities. So whenever I call this set opportunities, it will update the opportunities atom inside the state manager, right? And this JS also has two other methods which will update the current status and call the wires function. So whenever I click on the button, it will update the current status to closed or open, and it will call the wire function again to repeat the same thing of updating the opportunities atom on the state manager. Now how this is displaying the data in the opportunities list. So let's go to the child component here. So here I am having a data table which displays the data according to the columns. So let's go to the JS part and see how it is implemented. Okay, so here what I've done here is I'm importing the opportunity state manager from the opportunity state manager LWC, and I am defining the state manager here, but I am using a from context here, which I showed you as a method, the state manager method. So from context will allow me to receive any value or receive the updated values from the state manager. So now the state manager has what? It will have this state manager dot value dot opportunities. So opportunities is a atom which is present in my state manager, which gets updated from the container method, the container LWC, whenever the buttons are clicked. So whenever that happens, the state manager opportunities changes, and this component will retrieve it whenever the atom changes. So whenever this atom changes, what I'm doing here is I'm mapping the ID, name, stage, and amount, and I'm returning this data, which is later on shown on the HTML. And that's how the table data is getting updated every time I click the button. Now same happens with the opportunity summary. This is another child which is showing two things. First is the count and second is the total amount based on the opportunities. Now what happens inside this is, let's go and see. Okay, so this is also importing the state manager from the opportunity state manager and defining the state manager, and it's getting the count. So it's getting the count from the set managers dot value dot opportunities, which is an atom of the state manager, dot length. So that's how whenever the atom gets updated, this from context, this value gets updated and shown there. Same things happen with the amount part. So amount, I'm not doing anything. I'm retrieving the amount directly from the state manager's value of total amount. If you remember, total amount is the, let me go to the state manager. I'll show you total amount. So the total amount is an actions output which we are returning. So that's how you can update all the related components using a single state manager without passing data from parent to child or prop drilling or any custom event. Hope you liked the video. Thanks for watching.